Hello everyone and welcome to Console Speed Tier 3. My name is Thomas and next to me is Lewis, and we're here in Italy, Monza, for the Italian Grand Prix. Welcome and happy you're all here. On your screen we currently have the EU3 driver standings with Matty Robbo currently leading in front of Robert GameNet, Rage Knives, Justin, J Prentice, Mazza, Ricky, Jizzy, Sneaky Tom, and then rounding off the top 10, Connell, P11, Kelswag, P12, Thibaut, Blades, Lars, Profoda, Steve, Sygate, Raycon, and Just Chris. Just Chris is not here, he's being replaced by Rache, and I think, who are we missing as well? It's the new guy in the Mercedes who has been able to race today. Other than that, everyone is here, 19 drivers, and we are ready to go. Here on your screens currently we have the track. It's a high-speed track, a lot of straight lines and a few corners, but a lot of tricky corners, so to say. 2 DRS zones, 2 detection points, and a speed trap just before the end of turn 1. 11 corners, where I think turn 10 is probably where we're gonna see the most crashes. Ascari, it's very difficult. We're on board with Mazza now. Probably can't see it yet, but yeah, Mazza going through Ascari now, taking it very cautiously, and yeah, fully understandable because it's a difficult one, can really throw you out, and we'll probably see a lot of crashes, maybe even causing a safety car. Here are the constructor standings. Alfa Romeo leading with 49 points, Haas with 36, they're closing in, and Robert and Lars will absolutely be determined to make sure and take the position for Alfa Romeo, but Dan and Matty are looking really strong this season. After this race, in 1.5 hours time, we will know what is happening with the standings, and we'll know how it looks like. Next to me is Lewis. Happy he is here. Lewis, mate, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Welcome everyone to this evening's events. It's so far been a great season. I know we're just 3 races in, but Monza, the Cathedral of Speed, should certainly show some eventful stuff. We had a great race here in season 5, Tier 3. Loads of safety cars, topsy-turvy, a bit dodgy driving, I must say. Hopefully none of that in this race, but yeah, looking forward to this race. So, as we're looking at it at the moment, we've got Mazza in, obviously, on a hot lap. Currently P1 in the standings, although that has been changed because Sygate sets the first flying lap of the session. 120 dead. Should be looking for the low 119s, and we're getting there already. Reg, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Steve, 119.4, 119.6. Mazza coming down to the Parabolica now to, let's see what he does as he heads towards the line. Mazza goes, well, it's 121.8, invalidated lap time, so no problems there. Ricky, 119.3, so he moves himself up into provisional P1 at the moment. Sneaky Tom in P3, and this is another thing of quality, it's going to be super close, so we'll look forward to, yeah, it's going to be tense, so any little change in sectors is going to make such a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. Currently on board with Matty Robbo. He goes through Ascari now. Like I said before, really tricky corner, and yeah, I'm gonna predict some crashes there. Hopefully for these drivers, of course not, but you never know. Going through Parabolica now, and let's see what the Alfa Romeo and currently championship leader can do. Goes on to the line as he just about gets it with ERS, and he puts in a 19.5, 2 tenths behind Ricky in the Ferrari. He needs to perform at this track, he needs to make the Tifosi happy, and at this point he is doing so with the 119.3. Definitely not banger so far. I think these guys can go a lot quicker than this, but just some early lap times in before the track gets optimized with grip. Let's see, Ricky just goes on. Mazza opted to go for the medium tires. Let's see if Justin is on a quick lap. I think he is in the third sector now onto Parabolica. You just want to brake, I think, before the 50 meter board. You can brake, maybe in quali with the lighter cars and more grip, you can brake at the 50 meter board and then get the best exit as possible, as Justin puts in a 119.8, which currently puts him up into P6.
Good job there by Justin. Super close, and obviously Matty is the current championship leader. Had 2 solid races so far. Obviously the win in Spain and a podium finish in China. But yeah, it's going to be obviously with the big changes this year on the game of the overtake button. You can really take massive chunks out of people down the DRS zones, or maybe in areas where you wouldn't expect, like the Curva Grande. After that DRS zone, you might be seeing people saving their overtake for after turn 1 and 2, going into Curva Grande, then using it to close up or to overtake. So look out for that. It's going to make a big difference. Saving ERS hasn't seemed to be as dramatic or as hard as it was in China. So not too bad, as long as you're not too greedy at the beginning. It should look good. Obviously, saving as much as you can at the beginning will make the difference, I think, later on in your stints.
Yeah, definitely. I hear some people in the chat who says they can't hear game sound. That's correct. I can't hear it as well. I will pause and come back. Yeah, that's fixed it. Lovely stuff. Should be all good now. Game is a little bit glitchy, that's why we started a little bit later as well. Some connection issues, some people getting blue screens, but we're underway now. And I'm currently on board with Robert. He's on the mediums and currently P2 in the standings. He will definitely be trying to get some points over Matty Robbo. And I talked to him before the race. He's not really confident. He's not confident going through Ascar. We can see it here as well. I don't want to put commentator curse on him whatsoever, but yeah, he's not feeling confident for this race. So I think if he is scoring a podium or at least finishing in front of Matty Robbo, he will be pretty happy with his result. And hopefully Lars, his teammate who is currently in the pits now, can do a good job to maybe get them up in the Constructors' Championship. But for now, Alfa Romeo is showing what a strong team they are with Dan and Matty Robbo, and they're doing a brilliant job. Who are doing a brilliant job as well is the Williams with Ragge and Connell. They're both in P2 and P4 with a 119.4 and 119.5. This is a track obviously where the gaps are so close. It's such a small track. It's when you make a mistake, it's gonna cost you a lot of time, but when you get the lap time in, it's gonna be so close, and you will only get pole position if you make an absolutely perfect lap. Currently Ricky with 119.3 is leading, but you can already see it's just a small gap to the rest of the field, so it should be an interesting end of this qualifying session.
Don't expect many people to be, well, you might get a few at the back end of the field starting on mediums, but with the way it is nowadays with the safety car being such a high probability, it's not necessarily the most favourable, unless you are able to eke it out quite long before the safety car comes out. So people tend to now, you find, do the soft. It is quite an easy soft to medium tyre. I personally thought it was even easier in this game than it was in the last game to make the medium last towards the end, and even when the softs are wearing. So not going to be a tricky track on tyres, therefore you're seeing a lot more running in quali, unlike you saw in the first 2 rounds where everyone really, not many people wanted to go out on the softs, particularly in the Chinese Grand Prix. Today we have 3 sets of softs, a set of mediums and quali, so no such issues. Guys getting 3 runs in, trying to get into that top order, because track position is still important here, although you do have the long straights to overtake on. That first corner can always cause some issues, shall we say, so being towards the front and in control of your own destiny can make a big difference. We haven't had any retirements yet, touch wood. Hopefully I haven't cursed someone, and any offs yet. It is still rather early days. Sneaky Tom, I noticed, is 500s up on his previous best out sector 1.
Yeah, I'm currently on board with Dan, and he just put in a purple sector 1. I don't know if it is a glitch by the game. Normally it's sector 2, so it should be a really good lap for Dan if he can continue like that. Going through the tunnel now where it actually is the old banking, and when I was 8 or 9, actually been on there, and I think that is Sneaky Tom who lost it at Ascari. I already said it, it's a tricky corner and Sneaky Tom shows it. Luckily he ghosted, so Dan could continue on. Maybe it cost a little bit of his lap time. Was doing such a lovely story about myself, we'll just forget that one. We go on with Dan as he puts in a 119.2, which currently is a P2.
Oh, but look at Ricky. He's responding.
Ricky immediately improves. Yep. His teammate took pole position from him, and he just improves by only 300ths of a second. But it's a Ferrari 1-2. Who would have thought in F1 2020 we were gonna see a Ferrari 1-2?
Absolutely. I mean, we still have 6 minutes and 40 to go, but so far the Italian team is doing a great job at their home track. Ricky and Muzza P1 and P2. Justin pops in P3, 119.212. Dan, who was provisionally on pole second so long, is now, well, very shortly, is now P4. There's still so many guys who have yet to show their cards, I feel. We're going to see quite a few changes towards the end.
I just want to have a little talk, by the way, with the chat. I'm getting a lot of abuse for not having the full track map on at the beginning of the session, but I thought you automatically put the track map on full, but it was mini instead, so that's my mistake. But it's not because I'm Dutch, it's just because of the update, I think. Because now, if I switch to another driver, it immediately goes to spectate as well. I don't think that was the case before the update. So those are the things that change. So don't hate on me, I've been on holiday a week, leave me alone. Oh, Blades! Almost lost it out of Ascari, but he saved it. That's his lap time over, but at least still a complete car with a front wing. In comparison to Sneaky Tom, who lost it coming out of Ascari. But that's lap over for Blades. Luckily he still got 5 minutes left, so he should be able to put in another lap time. Justin, he put it in P3 with a 119.2. As I say that, Medi Rubble improves to a 119.1 and takes P3 off the Dutchman. So it's a Ferrari 1-2 and an Alfa Romeo 3-5. It's looking decent, it's looking good. And the Tifosi will be very happy with this result, as it stays like this.
Absolutely, and also you've got an Alpha 3 and an Alpha 5. You got two Italian teams here. Although Alpha is obviously based in Switzerland, the old Sauber team. But yeah, very good results as it stands. You've got yellows in sector 2, but that's just guys driving slowly at the moment. Not a lot of guys on track. These guys out at the moment are going to probably struggle. I guess they're in there. A lot of them are in their inlaps, I would have thought, because they'll struggle to get another time done if they are doing that.
I'm currently on board with Prefold. I don't know if he's on for an improvement. He's now into the final sector. He's got a racing point behind him who is gonna start a new lap. And I presume that's Rage Snipes. Yeah, he's on the out lap. And is Ronan gonna continue on with his lap time? I don't think he is. No, he's not. So we go back to Rage Snipes, who is gonna start his final lap. Let's see as we go on board with him. We take you on for a little bit of a flying lap around Monza. You want to brake at the 100-meter board for the first door. Probably see a lot of incidents in the first lap, a lot of debris flying around. Then it's important to get a good exit as you go on to the Curva Grande. And immediately after that, the second chicane is really easy to get onto the sausage curb and lose the car. So you want to make sure you just hit the both curbs at the right point, which Rage Snipes does. Now onto the curb, make sure you don't run wide into the gravel. Now onto Lesmo 1 and then on to Lesmo 2. Braking at the 50-meter board, down into 4th gear, and then on to the second big straight with the second DRS zone. Now onto the old banking, and then onto the very well-known Ascari turn. First a left-hander, right-hander, and there we have it. Ascari, don't lose it, which he doesn't. Great exit. And now it's time to face Parabolic. Guys, he just gets out of the way of Kelsey. Now onto Baruka. Where is Rage Snipes gonna brake? Just at the 50-meter board. Puts it down into 4th gear, up into 5, 6 and 7th gear. Onto the line. As Rage Snipes puts in 118.9 P4 for the racing point.
Yeah, not bad at all by him, and Yeah, well, that is his lap. He's not going to be able to go any higher up than this. While Muzza, he is only 1,000th off his previous best at the first sector. So Muzza and the Mercedes ahead of him. There's a Mercedes ahead of him. I don't know if the Mercedes is on a hot lap though. I think it's Steve.
It is Steve. Steve is the only Mercedes. He's running an ERS mode 0, so... Oh, I'm on board with Connell. That's my mistake. Yeah. Steve is on an out lap, so he is gonna start his flying lap.
Pay attention to Muzza then. Muzza's on the back straight heading to the Parabolica. He did a purple second sector. Final turn, here we go. What can Muzza do? Can he improve? If he gets even a 10th improvement, it's enough for provisional pole. What is he going to do? It's 118.5. Wow, Muzza's provisional pole.
Big difference to P2. Robert with a really good lap time with 118.8, which puts him up provisional pole position. But then Muzza improves by more than 0.3 of a second. That's huge around here. And I think this is not gonna get beaten unless Ricky pulls something out of the bag. He is on a flying lap now, so let's quickly go on board with him, because we want to see if he can improve through the Curva Grande onto the second chicane and the first sector split. Is he on? He is on. Just then, oh, got on the curb. Don't know if that's gonna cost him a little bit of lap time through Lesmo 1 and on to Lesmo 2. Ricky needs to pull everything out, push the Ferrari to the absolute limit to improve. He's got Massa in front of him. Is he gonna get some slipstream? That's gonna be the question. Is Massa gonna help his teammate to get back into pole position? No, he's not. He goes out of the way. So Ricky needs to do it all by himself, and he invalidates going into the left-hander. And it's Ricky's left him over as he loses it in Ascari. Whoa. That was close. That was close, but as Ricky is qualifying over, so it's definitely not an improvement for the Ferrari driver.
We've got Matty. He is a 10th down on his first sector. Second sector now. Interesting to see how he gets on as it comes towards the second sector. Is it an improvement? It is slightly. He's 800th up. Oh, he messes Ascari up.
Oh, he invalidates.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did what Ricky did round. Should we call it Thomas' story corner?
Thomas' story corner, yeah, exactly.
Unfinished story corner.
Yeah, Thomas' unfinished story. That's a long sentence.
That's a long one. That is a long corner. So yeah, he unfortunately for him that is no improvement, and he has to be careful. Oh, Dan, I think must have validated as well then.
And now, yeah, Dan goes in with him. Currently on board with Robert, who's currently P2. Don't know what his sector 1 time is, but I'm currently on board with him now. So he runs a little bit wide through Lesmo 1. That's not gonna help his lap time either. But he takes Lesmo 2 brilliantly. Oh, he runs wide, and that's his qualifying over already. That's not gonna be an improvement for as the big game net. So I think this is gonna be a Mazda P1. Let's go on board with Jay Prentice. Is he gonna go and improve? Yes, he is. Up to P7. Good lap time from Jay Prentice. His brother is not gonna improve. In fact, his brother is standing still on the track. Now we go on board with Thibaut. P17. Is he gonna go for an improvement on the softs? And it's an improvement, but not enough. He stays P17. Of course, Lars has his qualifying ban, so he wasn't allowed to set a lap time as he retires now from the session. So this is it. This is your grid for today's Italian Grand Prix. Mazda taking a brilliant pole position. Well done to him. Robert P2 splitting. Bo Ferraris with Ricky in P3. Rage Snipes P4. Matt Robo P5. Rache P6 as an EU4 driver. Well done to him. Jay Prentice P7. Justin P8. Dan P9. Profotis P10. Rounding off the top 10. Connell, first one to have a free choice of tyre in P11, Saike P12, Tom P13, Kelsberg P14, Steve P15, JC P16, Thibaut P17, Lars P18, and Blaze hasn't set a lap time. Don't know if he's had a quali band, but he is P19.
Yeah, I think we're all about finished now. All counted, ready for the race.
We are, but look at this. P1 to P14 is within a second, and if we just separate Mazda from the rest of the field, we got Robert in P2, and then we have almost the whole field within a second. Only Thibaut is not within a second of Robert. that exactly shows how well balanced this field is and how small the margins are on this track. What I can remember, last season we had the Carnage at Parabolica, which were created by BVG. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's not gonna happen this time. But the same entertainment, I don't mind.
Yeah, that was last I was saying in the beginning. I can't. Yeah, last season was crazy. We did have a lot of safety cars. Yeah, obviously, if as long as you're clean driving and mistakes can happen. Obviously, wheel to wheel driving. It's one of those you try not to get that. But yeah, I could expect some fun and games here, and it is cloudy, so it'll be interesting to see.
Ooh.
Have we had a weather update? Have we had a weather update?
We don't have a weather update, so if anyone knows what's the weather gonna be for the race, please let us know. We know Dan's his Go Faster song is Celebrate by Hyphen, so that's some good inside info, but we don't know about the weather. But Dan clearly has something to celebrate, which is fair enough. 41 viewers watching right now. Hope you're doing all good on this Monday evening, and hopefully we're gonna all watch a lovely race here at Italy as the EU4 driver presses X for the start of this race. That's not what you want. That's a penalty point coming his way. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what these guys are gonna do. Maybe if the guys outside of the time go for softs or mediums, we know what the weather is going to be for the race. Oh, Rosa's in the chat, he says it's cloudy for the race. Fair enough, thanks Rosa for the inside info, so we know it's not going to rain for today's race. You never know, of course, but probably not.
Unless we do a rain dance right now.
Yeah, I think Dan is doing his rain dance, but he's doing a rain dance every single week, so that's nothing special.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's nothing special, it's dry every week. Let's see, detail tires. We've got Connell, Steve, Jizzy, Thibaut and Blades on mediums. The rest of the grid is all on the soft tire. Fair enough. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what those guys on the mediums can do. They will struggle at the start of the race with people getting away, but of course DRS is and Slipstream is so powerful around here that you should be able to keep up with the soft runners. As we have the predicted pit stop strategy on our screens. One stop, probably it says that you're going to go longer or one lap longer with the hards, which I think is a little bit more, but we will see the first pit stops around lap 10, I would say. The medium runners will probably pit around lap 15, I would say, for mediums, or maybe they're gonna go on to the softs at the end, which could be surprising as well.
Yeah, it depends on when, and if there is a safety car. If you never know, there might not be a safety car, but in the likelihood that there is, it depends when it occurs, how many. The soft tire, I always feel nowadays the soft to medium, using the soft in your first stint is always the better one. Especially even if you're like P11, 12, having a fresh set of softs really can make a difference around a track like this. With the degradation, although it's not a high degradation circuit, having that little bit of extra grip at that beginning really does make a difference, being able to overtake people. The medium, definitely, starting on the medium is going to be a slow burner for those guys, but at the end, can they make things good when they are on the soft?
Definitely, as everyone goes into the grid slots, we're waiting for the last guys to get the tires warmed up, and then it's on the way for this Italian Grand Prix. See if we can get a good camera angle, which we don't have. This is class. Now we have it. It's Monday, the 17th of August. It's the Italian Grand Prix. It's 5 red lights. And away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. It's a horrible start from us. It's a great start from Robert. Brilliant start from the Haas driver who goes into the lead. It's Matty Robbo taking P2 for now. Ooh, this is going to be close.
Oh,
as he takes P2. So Mazda lost out 2 positions, and Ricky with a terrible start as well, P6 for him. Ferrari is not going to be happy with this one, and it's Rage Snipes and already side by side. Now it's Rage Snipes together with Mazda side by side as Rage Snipes makes the move, not stick, he makes it stick now. So it's Mazda from P1 down to P4.
Yeah, I saw some wing damage. I think it was a Red Bull, I might be wrong, or it was a Racing Point. It's either, I'm sure I saw it in the first corner.
Yeah, it's a Red Bull. It's damage for Justin.
Yeah, so Justin's got the wing damage. I think everyone else got away with it. Yeah, go to Kelster. Both Red Bulls have wing damage.
Oh.
So that's going to be a nightmare. They're going to have the double stack. And Kelster with that wing damage, it's going to be worse. So thankfully they both have a soft tyre, but they're going to have to go onto the hards or put the mediums on and hope that there's a safety car.
It's going to be a long race for both Red Bull drivers, for Matty Robbo and Gamelad. Look at Robert, who's getting away 1.7 seconds already after 1 lap. He is on a different level. And Matty Robbo already with a 1 second gap to Rage Snipes. He definitely needs to make sure he's within the second of Mazda. Is going to overtake him round the outside of turn 1. Oh, he gets onto the grass. That's not going to help their exit. Side by side through the Curva Grande. Who's gonna come out on top? I think it's gonna be Mazda, but he needs to defend now. He needs to defend the inside because you know Rage Snipes is gonna go for it. No, Rage Snipes is not gonna go for it. He sticks to P4 as the timing screen goes completely nuts. Oh, he had a little Luke, but it was not gonna be enough.
Yeah, they're right on it here, aren't they? It's the reason why Rob got away so far is he's absolutely trained at ERS. He's already out of ERS on this lap alone, so he's decided to go for it.
To put the foot down and get away as quick as possible, which is fair enough because on this track it's almost impossible to get out of the DRS, and if you managed it already, it's gonna be a difficult task for Matty Robbo to get back into it. So this could be a great strategy plan, and at this point with Mazda and Rage Snipes fighting, this is the time for Robbo to get away. He puts in a 1:22.5 as the fastest lap time of today's race, and Matty Robbo just can't match his pace. 2 tenths he lost on the last lap, and the gap between him and the guy behind is 1.7 seconds now as Rage Snipes tries to go down the inside, but Mazda shuts the door and stays in P3. Who gets onto the grass again? Could be the chance for Rage Snipes to get back into P3. Rage Snipes is not gonna use his overtake button, or is he? He gets out of the slipstream down the inside. He's gonna go for it. And down the inside, makes the move, stick. So that's the Racing Point back up into P3. And that's a 3 second gap already to the leader. Oh, to Matty Robbo, sorry.
Yeah, they're using so much ERS so early on. I mean, Vic Morwen was just really struggling. He might have the quali pace, but that setup is no good in the race at the moment. He's going to get overtaken by Rank here on the down the inside into Ascari. Yeah, plus a bit unsettled. Those tyres maybe a little bit overheating. He's really struggling. He's really slow out of Ascari.
Yeah, look at Jay Prentice already. He's already past the Ferrari, coming out of Ascari. It's a terrible exit for the Ferrari. He's struggling on exits, and that's the McLaren now back up into P5.
But he's using all his DRS as well, so he can't really use it down this straight. And that's the thing, you've got to be smart at the beginning. It's almost worth losing a place sometimes just to settle things down, keep the DRS, especially for the DRS point. I always think, you don't want to use all your ERS before DRS starts, and then you can't, because then you can't overtake. So these guys, Blades gets a 3 second penalty, are looking strong up ahead. Rage has 76% ERS, Matty has 70%. Rob is a little bit lower though. Rob's really going for it, and he is on 50%. But he got a great getaway, and Sneaky Tom gets a penalty now as well.
Yep, Sneaky Tom picking up the first penalty in this race. As Ricky got past Dan, who must have made a mistake because he was so close to the back of Mazda. So it's Ricky actually helping his teammate to get a little bit of clean air behind. Jay Prentice picked up a penalty as well. and the Williams driver is getting closer and closer to the back of the racing point. Matty Robbo stabilized the gap between him and the Haas in front. It's still 1.9 seconds, so nothing lost or gained from both of them. And Ray Snipes is just doing his best to get close to the guys in front, but this is like what we said, getting out of that DRS is gonna be impossible. Yellow flag at Ascari, but I don't see any carnage. Should be all good for now.
So no safety car. So whereas Ricky is starting to put pressure on Muzza. Very, very close.
Oh, is Jizzy going down the inside of Sneaky Tom? He makes the mistake crucially on those mediums. He needs to make as many positions as possible in the first couple of laps to make sure he gets the best advantage. At the end of the race is the McLaren now into P10 as Thibaut and Connell are going side by side onto the second chicane. As Connell gets ahead, yes he does. That's Connell up into P15.
Yeah, good job by Connell. And we're pit window wise for the soft runners, we're looking at what, lap 9 or stops, or lap 10. Is it? I suppose you can undercut. The undercut does work.
Oh, I said it.
Robert's crashed.
During qualifying, Ascari is where he's not confident, and that's where we see it. He plants his horse into the wall, and that's his championship fight
Safety
over
car.
for now. And he pulls out a safety car.
And Matt, it's not going to pit.
Is Wade Snipes gonna pit?
Before
Yes,
you
Wade
would.
Snipes is in. They're all in. I think Matty Robbo is just too late, but he's got another lap to do so because he's already passed the safety car. So that's luckily for him. He can
He
do
should get
another
away
lap.
with it. Oh, severe collision.
So it's chaos in the pit straight.
Oh, and the Red Bull and the Ferraris are double stacking. I think that could be a mistake here. No, they don't lose too much time actually, the double stack. I'll say that. They had to wait for the traffic to get through. The thing is, because like you say, the safety car, they avoided the safety car, Matty Robbo should be okay on the Deltas.
Yeah, definitely. It's now Jizzy and all of the medium runners who are gonna stay out. And Profodas actually stayed out as well on his 5-lap old softs. But yeah, Matty Robbo should be good. He's probably gonna fall behind Thibaut.
Yeah, looking at the gap between leader and Thibaut. Well, no, to be fair, it's normally a 23-second gap you need in a normal running condition.
Yeah.
So I would have thought, yeah, it's going to be close. He's going to come out, I reckon, around Connell, Pure Blade, and Thibaut group, isn't he?
I don't know if they have a window now to hold on. If that is the case, he could be indeed ahead of Connell. If not, if they can just all go flat out, then he will definitely fall behind Connell. Let's see, I think they are, because Ricky is definitely not going quicker than he normally is.
Oh, he got speedy penalty.
Oh, that's a little bit sloppy.
That was not needed.
Where is he gonna end up? Oh, Roland is gonna pit as well. He thought better of it. And he understands that those softs are not gonna work. Are Connell and Thibaut gonna get past? Yes, they are.
Yeah, it's a shame for Matty. He's going to have to not get any other penalties because obviously he plans not to stop again. So those 5 seconds are going to be added at the end of the race. And that could cost him the win today. You know, because he comfortably got ahead of the other stoppers and he goes on the hards. Do you reckon you could have done the medium from this point? Would it? It's close, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just gonna be the case on how long the safety car is gonna stay out. I think he will stay out for another lap, but if Kelswag is fast enough, then we could see the safety car coming in this lap already. But then still on lap 8 pitting for medium tires, that's gonna be a challenge. I think Matty Robbo have done. Oh, Blades and Connell collided.
Damage. Yeah.
Blades with wing damage as well.
Yeah. Saw a piece of Alpha Tauri front wing there when Matty was going through the first Lesmo. So, yeah. It's one of those, I mean, the odds of another safety car are high. around this track. But the hard is the safe option, is what the guys around him have done. I suppose a lot of these guys wouldn't have done much running on the hard. So this is uncharted territory for a lot of these guys, so expect places like Ascari. Oh, Williams goes off on the grass there. I think we can expect a few people going off at Ascari here. With those cold hard tyres and lack of driving on them, they don't know what the grip's like on these tyres. Because you don't do... Oh, there's a 5-second penalty for Sneaky Tom. We will have another lap on the safety car as well, but yeah, we got to be careful, we got to watch out for that. Guys on those hard tyres.
Yeah, Blaze into pits, sorry to interrupt. Blaze into pits, he's gonna change the front wing. Is Sneaky Tom gonna follow? No, he's not. So I think the collision between Sneaky Tom and Ricky is not that bad as it was between Connell and Pure Blades. And that's Justin in as well. And he is gonna pit for another set of medium tires. So he is gonna go for the gamble, I think, to put on his mediums.
Yeah, I think he can work. There's no reason. I think around this point now they will be towards the end of their life, but they will be the better performing tyre, especially on the restart. And
hey,
yeah,
he's got a lot of hard guy runners in front, and of course the top 4 has to pit again, or still has to pit. So Meta Robo is provisionally leading this race, but of course he picked up his 5-second penalty, so he needs to make sure that at the end of the race he is 5 seconds clear of the guy behind. Otherwise he will lose a position. But currently Jizzy is leading this race with Steve in P2, Connell P3 and Thibaut P4. If I said this before the race, people probably thought I was going to be sick, but yeah, brilliant. And it's gonna be interesting to see what these guys are gonna do. How long can these guys stay out on those medium tires, and where are they gonna fall back as soon as they make their pit stop, as the safety car is gonna come in this lap. Because of course they're leading now, but they still have to make the pit stop, where the rest of the gear, except of Perfodes and Dan, still have to make, or don't have to stop again, sorry. So that's something to keep in mind. They will definitely lose 20 seconds, but then can they win that back? That's gonna be the question for today's race. But first of all, we've got to focus on the restart from the McLaren driver, as Jizzy is backing up the field. Hopefully they don't make contact and it stays all clean. And when is the McLaren gonna go? I think he is gonna go already. It's green, green, green. Let's go racing, boys. Goes through Parabolica, puts it into overtake, and the McLaren is gone. Big gap between him and Steve already, as Steve been put under pressure from Connell. Is Connell immediately gonna go for the move down the inside of the Mercedes? He is closing in. I don't think it's gonna be enough. No, it's not. Connell has to stay in P3, but brilliant restart from McLaren. No problems whatsoever, and it's time for him now to put his head down and get away from the guys behind.
Oh god, it's almost what happened to me last season. Blades was trying to get in a Red Bull sandwich 3 wide into turn 1. Somehow they managed to get it all working and they didn't crash. That was very close, but yeah, Bernard and Dan are going for the gamble, being on softs, hoping there's another safety car so that they can take advantage of the grip, especially at this stage of the race, and fly past the hard runners. It's to see whether it works for them. It could do. They've got to rely on a bit of magic from the safety car gods. Jizzy, P1 though, playing away really nice. It was a really good restart, quite spaced from everyone. Thibaut holding P4, Matty in P5. And let's be careful, let's see Ascari, make sure no one has any moments. We're getting a few more warnings now. Everyone seems to get through it cleanly the first lap, so well done from everyone.
Ooh, it's Mazza who has to defend from Dan, and Jay Prince has to do the same from Perfodes. Look at Perfodes, he's so close to the back of that McLaren, but he's run out of ERS at the most crucial part, the start-finish straight. Ronan has been pushing too much, and that is actually not allowing him to get past Jay Prince, so he has to stay in P9 for probably another lap. Dan did get past Mazza, so our Paul Sitter is now back to P11. It's not a good race for him so far, and like you said, if Perfodes and Dan can actually gain some more positions when the safety car comes out, they're gonna be the big winners of today's race. Back to the lead of this race, Connell He got past Steve. Carnage at the back. The moment we switch off Roland, he puts it into the gravel trap. And that's the Renault back down to P13.
Yeah, he tried to make a move on Jay Prentice. Jay Prentice kept it there, and they both wanted each other's race there. Ricky also diving through on Sygate to get to P11. But yeah, those two not working out, and Dan, the greatest beneficiary of that. Cleats, thank you very much, up to P8, and now heading towards Rage Snipes.
Dan and Lars both picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help their race, but they at least have got some clean air and some breathing space to pick up a warning and don't get a penalty as DRS gets enabled. But GC is 2.8 seconds away from Connell, doing a brilliant job to get away, and GC is looking really good in this race in the McLaren with his teammate and brother in P11 now as he gets overtaken by Ricky down into turn 1. Ricky gets the job done, and now he is on to get past his teammate. Is Sygate gonna get past as well? He is on exit. Brilliant move from Sygate, who gets past Jay Prentice with those fresh mediums compared to the fresh hards. It's Sygate getting ahead of the McLaren, so that's Jay Prentice dropping 2 positions in only 1 corner. He's not gonna be happy with that one.
Yeah, Dan catching onto the back of Rage Snipes already. He's right there with him in this bit of a battle here. 4P5, Tebow. Well, actually, technically it's a Matty Robbo train where he does have DRS. It's a 5-car, 6-car train at the moment. Steve gets 3-second penalty. Let's see how the guys get through. Ascari, all okay. Down the back straight, there you go now. I've got the helicopter view. I don't know about you, Thomas, but it looks fantastic.
Oh, I wish I had.
Oh, the Renault has a look. Tebow there on track, but it's a smart thing to do because you've got the DRS coming up. Oh, the Racing Point and the Alpha as well. This could be a 3-wide situation.
First of all, we've got Matty Robbo, who's gonna get past Steve. Yes, he is. Now we need to brake late. He does. Now we go back to the battle for P5. Tebow brakes late. He touches the back of the Williams.
And he's gonna wait for the Williams.
Yeah, he's gonna wait. Fair enough.
That's going to lose them both for loads of time, but fair play to Tebow. He did wait for Greg to regain position or regain the track. It's one of those. That puts Matty to P3, Steve P4, Rage now 5th, and Dan P6 right up behind. And I think he'll be able to get past Rage pretty easily.
Dan is doing a brilliant job on those sols, but of course we need to keep in mind that he needs to make another pit stop. He knows he's got to make another pit stop, and that's why he's pushing his car to the absolute limit, only 12% ERS, and he wants to get past Rage Snipes as soon as possible. Luckily for him, he can see the cars in front, and he knows that a couple of guys in front still need to make the pit stop as well. We're talking about Steve, Connell and Jizzy. Oh, Dan is having a look into Parabolica, but that's of course not going to work. He needs to play it smart, he needs to play it simple and just wait for the DRS zone, because Rage Snipes is not going to get DRS on this lap. Where Dan does, he already moves to the inside of the track, but then with DRS should be an easy move. But as I say that, he's on 0% DRS around the outside, but he makes the job stick. That's Dan up into P5, brilliant job from him. Oh, and Ricky saw that in the background. Getting up into P7.
That was a proper drifting position there. Oh, the Ferrari and Musa getting very punchy with Sygate, and the McLaren's having a look as well, going down into the second chicane and makes the move through as well.
And breathe again.
Still leads by 2.7. Connell second, and Matty Robbo closing in on Connell, with Steve holding his P4 position for now.
Yeah, it's actually Connell now sort of stabilizing the gap between him and Jizzy. It's been the same now for the last 2 laps, so that's good job for the Williams. And it's actually the case now for Dan. He's already within a second of Steve. Is he gonna go for the move already on the Mercedes drive? He's low on ERS, and if I was him, I would just save it on this lap and then go on for the next one. You can actually save a lot of ERS on this track. You would think it's burning your ERS around here, but that's definitely not the case. Then we'll get DRS, but he's definitely not gonna overtake Steve on this lap, as Steve gets DRS from Matty Robbo. Steve actually finding some pace around here on those 13 lap old medium tires, because he closed back in to Matty again.
Yeah, he's doing a good job there, Steve. I tell you what, Ricky obviously was one of the only guys, along with Sidegate, to hit mediums during that safety car period. So that is why Ricky is so strong at the moment. Will he be able to hold those mediums? I think it's a smart strategy. I mean, yes, he's going to struggle towards the end, but he's going to get such an advantage. Those hards are going to be old as well towards the end. Is he going to get enough of a gap? And last, here we are, lap 14 out of 27, but it is a short race in terms of time. Can he do it?
Oh, look at this. I was already expecting some carnage, so interrupt you, but it was Thibaut and the Williams driver going side by side for lap 1 and 2, and it's the Williams driver who get onto the gravel, and that's him losing positions left, right and centre. Now Justin gets fast as well on those mediums. It's going from bad to worse for Swedish driver actually, or only Swedish driver in Connell Speed. Is he gonna go for the move around the outside of Justin? It's not gonna be a smart move, and he thinks actually better of it, but is Justin gonna go for the move on Thibaut? Oh, we've got a battle in the lead as well. We have to go to that one, as Dan gets past Steve, Ricky gets past Ray Snipes, and it's Justin getting past Thibaut. Is the Williams driver gonna join as well? He is gonna join. So it's Justin up into 12 and the Williams driver up into P13.
Yeah, Thibaut had a little moment coming out the exit of Scari as well. He is on 14 lap mediums now. Those tyres you can't quite push like you did before. As the Red Bulls side by side, Justin and Rag. Justin's going to try and get it. Oh no, they both synchronised spin. Oh, that was, I mean, if it was the Olympics for synchronised swimming, that would be looking for gold there, but unfortunately this is Formula 1, and yeah, they did not get that top marks there. Unfortunately, I think it was Rag hitting that curb, lost the front end, and yeah, it's just one of those racing incidents. But yeah, it's bad to worse for Rag.
Roland!
Has he done it? Is it Ascari?
No, he saved it, but just, and only just. That was that was so close to the wall, but he saved it. Oh my days.
Yeah, those one tyres are getting.
Oh, blades!
Fuel blades! Oh god, it's all happening now. Blades having a little look in the final corner as someone goes in the pits. That is
that's Thibaut, yeah.
And he gets a speeding ticket for his journey. But yeah, now these tyres are starting to walk way around. This is where you see it traditionally, Ascari.
Oh, Matty Robbo! Oh, he was having a look down the inside of Connell. And look at how close Dan is already as well. Doing a brilliant job on those shots, but it's Connell now having to defend, and you saw the gap going from 2.2 seconds to 2.7 seconds. And GZ is actually cheering Matty Robbo on to make a move, because it's winning him time. But it's still Alfa Romeo's looking really thirsty to take the P2 from the Williams driver ahead.
Yeah, look at Ricky, 1.8 behind Dan. Looking quick.
Yeah, he's gonna close in by a lot now, because those two guys are stuck behind the Williams in front.
But with the, I don't know, it's going to be a tough one for Ricky to make those mediums last the whole way and be competitive. It's going to be a real shock towards the end. Here we go then.
Jissy's in and Connell stays out.
Yeah.
Our race leader into the pits as Matty Robbo is gonna go around the outside. He needs to brake late, which he does. Oh, a little bit of lag, but Connell is not gonna make it. And now is the case, how quick is Dan gonna get past the Williams, or is Connell gonna come back at Matty Robbo? We have to wait to see through the Curva Grande. He's got so much overspeed. Is he gonna go for the move down the inside? He has to, and he is gonna go to. Oh, side by side. Oh, they're ghosting through each other.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Well.
What is happening with the connection today is atrocious. Like, where are they on track?
Well, I think Matty's took the lead and is still in the lead. Dan is still being third, but Ricky has really caught up with that little bit of squabbling going on. So yeah, Matty in P1 for now. Oh, we got a bit out of shape though in Ascari. Those hards are not quick at all. Rage is holding on, but Connell is keeping them honest. Connell on 16 lap mediums is still there. He's still there.
Yeah, it's exactly like you said. Those hards not really great. If someone on 16 lap old mediums is able to keep up with you on 9 lap old hards, then there's definitely something wrong. Look at Dan as well. 11 lap old soft tires compared to 10 lap old hards, and he is still quicker. There's almost half a race distance on soft tires, softest tires possible. Then you're on the hardest tire possible and you're still not being able to pull away. That says enough about the hard tires around here. You definitely don't want to be on them. And I think Ricky has done the best thing to go on to the mediums.
Well, I tell you what, this will be very interesting for everyone else in the leagues later on this week to see how Ricky gets on, because if it is a safety car in similar period, which really the hard tyre is, I guess, really the first few laps. But we did have the safety car on lap, it was lap 6, lap 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, true.
So, it'll be interesting to see at the end, because Ricky is putting down the pressure. I feel like those softs on Dan now are going to start to be dropping off a little bit.
Yeah, the thing for Dan now is he will get DRS and slipstream from his teammate in front. That's what's keeping him in the race now. But if I was Dan and saw in this moment, I would pit for another set of soft tires. Because otherwise, you're gonna struggle a lot. You can see the gaps behind, and if he stays out longer and longer, then those gaps will start to disappear. But he goes on for another lap on those softs. But is Ricky gonna go for the move? I think he is. On those mediums, he needs to make it work. He's gonna go down the inside. Can he make the job done? Brakes late, but then brakes late as well. They both lock up. But then the fence shuts the door. And there's Ricky still in P3. Both been here in constant speed for a very long time, and Dan is doing his teammate an absolute favor by keeping Ricky behind.
Yeah, obviously let's remember Matty has got a 5-second penalty. But did Dan start on softs?
I think he did. Yeah.
He's going to have to go on mediums for a
so he has to go on to mediums. That's a very good point.
Yeah, that's the only downside of going in the softs at the middle stint.
Well, if that is the case, then I definitely don't understand why Dan continues on like this. He's probably hoping for another safety car, which is understandable, but knowing that you have to go onto the mediums again, why don't you pit now? Because those mediums will easily make it till the end, and you're not going to get any advantage of having to do 8 or 9 laps on mediums. That's not going to make a difference. Oh, look at Mazza and Jay Prentice going side by side through Ascari. We don't see that too often.
No, we don't, and Rage now caught up the back of Ricky, so maybe those advantage of those mediums has now ebbed away.
Oh, Dan is in. Ricky does the fake, stays out, and his Rage Snipe's gonna get past. Both will get DRS, but Rage Snipes of course gets the slipstream, but he's not putting it in overtake. And he actually stays behind the Ferrari. Now it's going to be very interesting to see if Ricky is going to close in on Mini Robber in front. 1.9 seconds now is the gap at the start of this lap. Let's see what it is at the end. Oh, completely going wrong here.
Here we go then.
Yes, now I have it.
Oh, did Ricky brake? Oh, Ricky went a bit deep there, but he gets away with it.
Blades got caught onto the grass. And he lost the position to the Williams in front.
Yeah, Blades P11 at the moment on those hards as well. But yeah, I mean, Ricky is starting to bring the gap down, 1.6. It was 1.9 at the beginning of the lap, so those mediums still have the pace advantage at the moment with 7 to go. I think he might, yeah, I think those mediums might last. They might work.
Oh, Roland!
Oh no!
Lost it again at Ascari, but saved it again. We saw him going off, but he saved it once again. I don't think he's got any damage. Oh my days, Roland is probably shitting himself.
He's still staying out.
He just goes on. He's gonna go till the end. Mark my words, he's gonna go till the end. He's gonna try it. Otherwise, you would have stopped already. Why would you go on? If you got 2 warnings already on those worn softs, why would you?
But that's gonna be. Surely he's not going to make it because he's on 30 laps softs already.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what he's thinking. I'm completely lost on what he is thinking.
He's either going to finish last or he's going to crash. It's going to be one of those if he stays out of those softs.
No, he's going to finish last anyway, I think. He's either going to get a puncture or crashing. If he makes a pit stop, he's almost in last. If he crashes, he's in last. If he gets a puncture, he's in last. I don't know what he's doing.
His rears are all over the place. He is lucky at the moment. He's got 14 lap medium side gate behind him. But yeah, he's coming into a scurry again. He is only half a second off his best. But let's see this time round.
But look at Medirobo and Ricky. 5/10 is the gap between those two. And this is gonna go down to the wire between those two. And Rage Snipes is looking really good as well. But Rage Snipes has those 3 seconds. With Medirobo having those 5 seconds. And Ricky is clean on penalties. That is key in this race. And Mazza, how he does it, I don't know. But he is in P4 as Roland finally pits. For, I assume, mediums? Yes, because he still has to put on those mediums. The same went on for Dan, and now they're both in. Oh, not both. Dan is now in P14, Ronan's in P17. They gambled on for another safety car. Oh, Medi picks up 3 seconds, yeah. They gambled on another safety car, didn't work, and now they end up in P14 and P18. Shame, good gamble, great risk. Unfortunately for them, didn't pay out.
Yeah, they did give us great action. But now Ricky will know the penalty situation. Matty ahead of him anyway.
Yeah, but now Ricky has got something to play with because he knows Rage Snipes behind has got 3 seconds. He knows Medirobo in front got 3 seconds, so he can pick up 3 seconds as well and still finish in P1 because Medirobo still got a 5-second time penalty. So it's a win-win situation for Ricky. He can just stay in P2 and then finish in P1. He can overtake them. He can do whatever he wants. He is in the top seat and he is currently king of the mountain.
Yeah. And I think he's saving ERS at the moment. I think that's what he is because he did use quite a lot beforehand. And even Rage is actually, to be fair, Rage is struggling. He's dropped out of DRS now, Rage, so yeah, fair play to Ricky with that choice of mediums. He's behind Muzza, and you can see Muzza's 7 seconds behind. It's like a big chunk out of Matty's lead. Matty, at the moment, if he stays where I think Matty's still on course for a P3, because I know Muzza has a penalty. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have penalties, so he is still on course for a podium, mate. And he will be thinking, could have been.
Yeah, it's such a shame that he picked up those 5 seconds, and after that, those 3 seconds, which is gonna make his life a lot harder. But you can look at the bottom right of your screen. It's a big gap between the podium runners and P4 and P5, but we go on board with the race leader as Ricky is probably lining up a move on this lap, although he is really low on the ERS, but he puts in an overtake, DRS enable, should be good to make a move down the inside of the Alfa Romeo. Medirobo doesn't defend, and it should be job done. Yes, it is job done for the Ferrari driver. That's Ricky now up into the lead, and he's making the Tifosi very happy here in Italy.
The virtual fans are cheering along here. Ferrari is leading the Italian Grand Prix again. And this time, Ricky, a bold tyre choice it seems, is going to have. Now, the last few laps pulling away already massively to those guys on the hard tyres. It's been, I think he's done really well so far. His race stayed out of trouble. Now just has to keep the pace, monitor it, not push too hard.
not push too hard and just accept the position you're in now. But there is a lot of fight going on still in this race. So many guys so close together. We can see the battle for P11, which unfortunately are no points. A Kelselswag retires. Is this gonna trigger a safety car or a virtual safety car?
Oh, it's a
Safety car!
Oh, dun dun dun!
No way,
It's
we're gonna get
happened again.
action again.
We're gonna get a green-white check-in, my
You
friend.
don't
And
believe
Ricky
it.
Pitts. Ricky Pitts, oh my god. Matty doesn't pit. Now I wonder if that's a mistake from Matty.
Massa goes in as well. It's a double stack again for Ferrari.
Matty gets
Jay
ahead of the
Prentice
safety car.
speeding in the pit lane. Oh no 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 no.
Matty gets away of getting ahead of the safety car, so again, Matty can choose to pit again afterwards if he chooses to. So thankfully, Matty gets away with it. He just got ahead of the safety car.
He has to stay out. He just has to stay out. This was crucial for him to get in front of the safety car, because now I think the safety car will go away with only 1 lap to go. And if he saves up all of his ERS, he should be good to not get overtaken.
But he has got a 5-second penalty. Just if you were you.
He has. Yeah, he was clean, and now it's gonna get all back up again. Oh, he's not gonna like this safety car.
That's it. That's the problem. He's got 8 seconds worth of penalties as Roland gets a 20-second time penalty. That is a record.
20 seconds. What is that?
Oh, and Reg as well.
Williams. Oh, could this be a thing where they were not allowed to overtake the safety car?
It could well be. What does Matty do here? Oh, what does Matty do here? Is he going to stay out?
Yeah, he's going to stay out. Yeah, I completely understand the decision, because if you make a pit stop, you already fall behind Jizzy. So he's just opting to stay out, and hopefully there's going to be some carnage behind, which is going to get him clear at least 5 seconds from the cars behind. But I don't see that happening with only 1 lap to go after this one, because the safety car's going to come in this lap anyway.
He has got the advantage as well. Jizzy on 8 lap softs, Cygate 19 lap mediums, Reggae on 19 lap hards. We thought he was having his race was going from bad to worse. He's now P4, Connell P5 with 19 lap hards. 7 lap softs. Ricky has to get past 5 guys, no pun intended, with 5 guys food. But yeah, you got Ricky P6, Rage P7, Pure Blades P8. And
the thing is, like,
points.
Yeah, suddenly he's in the points, but just the thing that I don't get, why did the Ferrari team in general make a pit stop? Ricky was in P2 with no penalties. Mazza was there in P4. Mazza is now in P13. Ricky is in P6. He's not gonna overtake all those guys on track.
He's lap 26. We've got 1 lap.
We've got 1 lap, so he has to make sure he has to like pray that the guys in front have got a lot of time penalties, because otherwise you're just not gonna get past them.
I don't know what Jizzy has on penalties. I mean, Ricky can still win this because of the penalty situation. Oh, Reggie's got a 5-second penalty. Severe collision with Cygate. So that's going to help him.
Oh, I get the helicopter view for the first time when we have the safety car restart. This is absolutely brilliant. And I know what Matty Robo is going to do. He is trying to be as quick as possible to make sure the guys behind are not going to close in. This is smart play from the Alfa Romeo driver. But he has to make it work now, as Jizzy is so close to the back already. As he is gonna go now, it's green again. Let's go racing, boys, for 1 more lap here around Italy. It's the helicopter view, and it's the McLaren in the slipstream of the Alfa Romeo behind. Is he gonna go for the move down the inside? He has to go round the outside.
Oh, Rage is trying to go. Rage is trying to get past the Ferrari around the outside of Ricky, and he's gonna have the inside line for turn 1. But Ricky should get the better traction. There's a bit of wing damage. Oh, this is a crazy finale. Here we go, and Jizzy's going to get past Matty. Here we go, side by side. Jizzy's going to take the lead here. Oh, they're going to be side by side, and he does it.
Job done.
He's done it. Ricky's dropped behind. He's still P6 at the moment. Was a McLaren trying to get through as well. Oh my God, it's chaos. Oh, and Blaze, I think's lost it. And Ricky is still trying to find a way past Rage. Sorry, Rage trying to find a way past Ricky. It's
Look at this. Oh my days. No way. This is gonna work.
Ricky breaks late. He does it, and the Williams spins. The Williams crashes. So here we go towards the line. Jizzy. Oh, I don't know who's going to win this. Jizzy is in the lead.
But is he gonna win? We don't know. You don't know. We're gonna see now. It's lap 27. It's the McLaren taking the win here at Italy. But does he stay in P1? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Ricky takes P1. Jizzy P2, Connell P3. Snipes P4, then takes P5, and Manny Robo drops down all the way to P11.
Yeah, and that's the downside of not doing the penalty under that safety car.
Yep. Oh, yep. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my days, what an end again. Why is it always tier 3 delivering, or always us commentating about a crazy race here at Monza? That's probably what I should say. Oh my days.
Ricky gets it by 3/10. Unreal. Unreal. And Connell gets P3. Does Connell get P3 in the end?
Connell took P3, yeah.
Brilliant. Unreal scenes there.
So here we have it. Ricky, the only one not picking up penalties. So he gambled and it worked out by 3/10 of a second in front of Jizzy. Connell P3, Rage Snipes P4, Dan P5, Psychic P6, Blades P7, J Prince P8, Justin P9, and Steve takes the final point. Steve takes the final point. I'm gonna say it again. Brilliant stuff from him. Medirobo so unlucky with the penalties he took, especially the 5-second tap penalty for speeding into the pits. Thibaut P12, Massa P13, Lars P14, Sneaky Tom P15, Profotis P16, Reggae P17, Kelspec P18 and Robert P19, but he will be happy seeing Matty dropping out of the points because it's still his championship alive now. But what an end of this race. Profotis is taking the fast lap of this race, so no one inside the 10 will get an extra point. I will invite the top 3 to the podium because what a race it has been. So let's see. Can invite these guys. Invite players. We're gonna invite Ricky, Connell, and Jizzy. Where is Ricky on my list? Here he is. So they should be joining now. So we're waiting for the guys to join the commentary box, and then we can start with the interviews very shortly.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
That was a bit of a humdinger, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. What an end to tonight's race. We're just waiting for Ricky, there he is, and Connell to join the commentary box. Ricky join as we have the Ferrari on screen right now. Tifosi will be cheering. And I think we're just gonna start with UGC, and hopefully Connell is gonna join in the meantime. By the way, guys, make sure your audio is not allowed to be shared, otherwise you won't be able to be here on stream for the guys watching. Yeah, GC, starting with you. You decided to stay out when the first safety car came out, and after that you went on to the softs. You made up some position at the end with the second safety car. You probably thought, this is gonna be mine now. Hello, JC, can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah. I'm sorry. The line cut out.
Oh,
I
no
heard
worries.
you. I heard you asking about the call with the safety car, and to be honest, I think the first one, the first safety car, I simply had to stay out with the strategy I was on, and that got me into some good clear air, and I think the top four, top five anyway. I was catching Jack, and I believe it was Muzzer in the other Ferrari, so I was on for a top four anyway. So when the safety car came out and I saw all of them apart from Matty heading into the pit lane, I thought I'd try and make a bit of hay and see if I could get some track position. And luckily it worked because on the restart I was able to get out of the first corner alongside Matty and then have the inside for De La Roggia. And I used that to my advantage. So yeah, I think I made a couple of really good calls on the safety car that got me from 16th to second.
Yeah, definitely really good strategy call there and really good race pace. You went over the line in P1, got it there, it ended up in P2, or still happy with the result?
Very happy. I mean, I started 16th, so I was looking at about 8th at the start of the race, and I thought 8th was probably going to be about where my ceiling was. I got a good start. I was up to about 13th after lap one, so that set me up. I didn't get involved in any of the silliness into turn one, so yeah, I'm happy with second. If I got a slightly better exit out of Parabolica, then maybe I could have won, but firstly, you've got to say well done to Ricky for not getting a track limit infringement. I think everyone else did. And then secondly, it's second as the highest it's been for a long, long time, and it's a long way above 16th. So
Yeah, really well done, mate. Fully congratulations, fully deserved P2 and P1 on track. Must have given you some confidence for the next couple of weeks. Well done, congratulations, and enjoy it.
thank you very much.
So before we go to our P1, first of all, let's go to our P3 Connell. Congratulations, first of all, on the podium. Probably didn't expect that one during the halfway part of this race. You were struggling a lot, and then when the safety car came out, you must be feeling confident to get some points in today's race.
After the first lap, I went ultimate safe going into the first corner. I think I went back to second last after the first lap from 11th. Or third last, I'm not sure, but I went back. I lost a lot of places, and I was just really struggling at the start. I suppose just a little bit of nerves, I think. But I had a good few battles and stuff like that. But once that safety car came out, and obviously being on the mediums, I don't have to go near pitting. And my engineer told me that the hards would be really bad, and I even knew that myself. The hards would be terrible if pitting now when the safety car happened. So straight on, past the pit lane. So didn't have to. And then when I pitted for the softs, just that people started coming towards me. I was 2-3 seconds faster a lap than everyone, and the deltas and everyone was just coming down. So I think I got 5 or 6 overtakes, whatever it was, before the last safety car. Just got really lucky. I had to actually got a penalty for cutting the second chicane slightly to leave Matty space. We both went in equal. I had to cut it to give him space so I wouldn't hit him off track, and got a penalty. So if I didn't get that penalty or any other warnings, I probably would have got the win today. So a bit unfortunate, but yeah. So it was the first podium at Kos, and obviously with China last week getting that drive-through penalty, and I was also on for a podium because Jay Prentice in front of 3 seconds. I had nothing at all, no warning even, so I was on for a podium, but obviously the game then just messed me up, went slightly over the delta, straight away, drive-through penalty, so yeah. Pretty happy. I woke my parents, so yeah.
They will not be happy, but you are, unfortunately.
I couldn't care less, to be honest.
Yeah, because at the beginning you decided to stay out with the first safety car. Were you always gonna do that, knowing that you were on the medium tires, or was it just a straight gamble, not knowing where you would have ended up after the pit stop?
So I was thinking about it for the last couple of days and talking to a few people about it. They were saying if your safety car, if you are starting on mediums, if it's maybe about 15, 16, you could probably go on to the softs to the end. Anything before that, I wouldn't have gone on it because I don't have to. I'd rather get the track position, have the bit of pace that people are going to go onto the hard tires. And I wasn't going to pit anyway. I was just happy to do my one stop to the softs because I knew, I obviously not the fastest in the tier whatsoever, but I knew I'd have a little bit of pace on everyone with the better tire later on in the race, and Italy's an okay track for me in race pace. So, I was pretty happy with that in the end. So it was kind of the strategies kind of worked out great as well, and that last safety car as well. A bit sorry for Kelsterberg, but thank you at the same time. So, yeah.
Congratulations, mate. Fully deserved P3, and well done, and enjoy it.
Thanks, mate.
Going on to our race winner, Ricky. You made the Tifosi happy once again. First of all, congratulations on your birthday. I saw you turning 33 today. So first of all, congratulations on that. And I think you couldn't have given you a better birthday present than taking the victory here, isn't it?
Oh my god, I'm so over the moon. It was such... The first stint was horrible. I dropped from 3rd to I think 8th, and it was just one big DRS train, and then I double stacked in the pit because I thought the safety car was already out, so I didn't want to get held, like a full pit stop behind. And then we're in P14, and I'm like, what the hell is going on with the strategy? Like, I've got the pace, I haven't been able to deliver it, and today I put so much practice into Italy that I'm really, really happy that it's paid off.
Yeah, because it was like me and Lewis were asking ourselves the question, like, why did you pit under the second safety car? Because we were thinking like you were in a golden position, but did you know the guys behind were having penalties, or was it just a straight gamble, not knowing where the guys in front having penalties or not?
I knew Matty had a penalty, I knew Rage behind me had a penalty, but I was so in the zone that I didn't look at the lap. I thought it might have been like lap 21, and I've come out the pit at lap 26, and I'm like, I shouldn't have pit there. Because I was managing my tyre wear pretty well, and I knew that the hard tyre is just horrid around Italy, so I was always going medium. And I was potentially in puncture territory, but I was just like, I'm in such a good position with everyone else in penalties, I've got to risk it. So I did, and yeah, I got sidegate going into the parabolic, just fresh tyre, and very, very lucky to get the win, I guess, with no penalties.
Yeah, brilliant job to keep it clean and taking the victory here once again at Monza. Must be feeling really good drive, knowing where you come from. So congratulations, mate, on your birthday and on the victory today.
Can I just
Enjoy
say
it and have
a
a good
massive
one.
congratulations to Connell on his first podium. That is awesome.
Good respect between the drivers.
Feeling a little bit left out here.
Yeah, but I'm kind of used to you getting on the podium now.
That was my first one as well, I think, but that's definitely the first this season, and to be honest.
Was it Jay Prentice last week, was it?
It was the other ginger twin.
Okay.
Yeah, it was well done them not getting a pen, because not getting a pen at Italy seems really, really hard, and no, you did really well not to get the penalty and put yourself in position to take advantage of us all in front of you having made the errors. So well done to you.
Thanks.
Well done,
Thanks a lot, man.
well done, Connell, especially after last week, and good clean racing throughout, I think.
I had my mic out. Sorry, I said thanks to you, by the way, Ricky. I had to have my mic out. Yeah, thanks so much. Happy birthday as well, mate, by the way.
Cheers.
But yeah, crazy race. I actually, when I pitted for the softs, I was so far back. I was like, if I get points, I'm even happy here, So, yeah, crazy race. But yeah, I want to tell the grandchildren anyway.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Well done, and enjoy your podium.
Thank you very much.
So, with that, it rounds off this Italian Grand Prix for the EU3 drivers. Congratulations once again for the guys on the podium. Thank you all for tuning in, and Lewis once again for joining the commentary box with me. As always, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been a very entertaining race, as always in Italy. Chaotic and a great finish. Well done, guys.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.
So with that, it rounds off today's stream. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to see more console speed, go check out our social media. We have a race tomorrow with the AU2 drivers and with the AM2 drivers on Wednesday for the AU1 and AM1 drivers, and on the Thursday for the AU4 drivers. Full of console speed action all around Italy. If you want to support us, go hit the follow button or subscribe button, or maybe if you feel very generous, go check out our web shop. Other than that, as I always say, have a good night, stay safe, and see you guys next week. Goodbye.